source of most of the fluoride that's used for fluoridating water supplies in Victoria, and we believe some of it is sold across to South Australia. Fluorosilicic acid, collected from that fertiliser plant, it's actually a Schedule 7 poison in Australia. It contains a lot of impurities. It contains arsenic, smaller amounts of arsenic, lead, cadmium, and often a number of other heavy metals. Now you might think that's kind of unbelievable that a Schedule 7 poison would be used. Of course, when it's put into the water supply and diluted down to 1 part per million, then a glass of that water is no longer a Schedule 7 poison. But the substance they're tipping in is a Schedule 7 poison. It does contain arsenic. That's a graph of the capital cities of Australia. This is a study by Diesendorf in 1990, published in Clinical Nutrition Reviews. The black columns are the level of tooth decay in 10-year-olds in 1977. The white columns are 1987. Which of those cities is not fluoridated? Does anybody know? Yeah, Brisbane, right across on the left, not fluoridated. 1950s to the present time, Brisbane tooth decay has come down from an average of about 10 episodes of decay per child, right down to 1 episode of decay per child on average. And that's the same as you have seen in all of these other fluoridated cities over the same period. Okay, we've jumped to America. We've got more cities and more states to look at. And America, of course, is the home of fluoridation. They sold it to Australia. The numbers across the bottom are the 50 states of America. Down here, number 1 and 2, we have unfluoridated states. These black dots going up there represent the proportion of the population in that state that are on fluoridated water. In Hawaii and Utah, they have virtually no fluoridation, all the way up to the top, Washington DC 100%, Tennessee about 100%. Now you would think the tooth decay rate, according to the theory, would follow. The unfluoridated states would have disastrous teeth, and the heavily fluoridated states would have wonderful teeth. That's what we're told. The purple line here is dental health figures for the low-income families. In fact, they're measuring here very good, the proportion of children with very good to excellent teeth. Have a look at that line. It's a flat line. It has no trend whatsoever of following along whether that state is a fluoridated state or an unfluoridated state. There's some ups and downs in the line, according to state differences. But down here we have the unfluoridated states, hovering around the 60% kids with excellent teeth. Up here, the heavily fluoridated states, hovering around 60% kids with excellent teeth. Up here, we have the same figures for high-income families. And again, it's a straight line across. It has no slope according to whether the states are fluoridated or not. But look at the huge difference between high-income families and low-income families. The high-income families have much better teeth. You're told here in Mount Gambier that your rate of tooth decay is much worse than Adelaide. But in fact, if they would show you a study, which they're not showing you, of the different suburbs of Adelaide, you would see that the poorer suburbs in Adelaide have very high rates of tooth decay. The wealthier suburbs of Adelaide have low rates of tooth decay. Nowhere in Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Italy, France, Germany, Holland, Belgium, they will not touch fluoridation. So what happens to their teeth? All of them coming down at exactly the same slope as America and Australia. I'm doing this because I believe that I have a responsibility to tell the truth. And when I looked increasingly at fluoridation and the whole issue over many years, I came to the conclusion that about 5-6 years ago that something wasn't right. And fluoridation is not right. It should stop immediately for many, many reasons. The Australian Dental Association has taken a great deal of liberty with this American dental warning, and it's just handed and it's just disappeared. Over that issue, I was at a turning point in my life, and I thought, look, I just can't be part of this dental association. I'm just too ashamed of the rubbish that they're putting out. So I resigned.
that for me was a very pivotal graph. I never believed that would have existed. When I saw it, I was absolutely amazed. We would do it within fluoridated Adelaide. I would see half a dozen a year in Adelaide, where we put them in hospital, extract all their teeth, make them lovely new dentures. You would see that in any area. Fluoridation does not make any difference. And the bacteria cause tooth decay. Tooth decay is not caused by deficiency of fluoride. See that there are about 600 to 700 general anaesthetics in the Children's Hospital every year. This is not due to lack of fluoride. This is probably due to excess sugar consumption and lack of toothbrushing. When you put on sunscreen to protect your skin, you put it on your skin. You don't swallow sunscreen to protect you from the sun. Likewise, fluoride works on the surface of teeth, that is in toothpaste. It's well established. It doesn't work inside your body. Fluoride is a cumulative poison, and only 50% of what you ingest in fluoridated water is excreted. That's in the normal person. But in a person who's got impaired kidney function, you will see a rapid elevation of fluoride levels. So what I worry about is the 20% of the population that can't metabolize fluoride out of their system. So kidney function and kidney disease are extremely important. We know that in fluoridated communities, the IQ level, on average, is about 5 IQ points less. The reason, nobody's really sure of the reason. This study alone may well be the death knell of water fluoridation. It will, like a lot of other things, though, probably be dealt with by the Health Commission with a response of, I can't see anything.
Ironically given to me by a research dentist at Melbourne University, Dr. Philip Sutton, when I first wanted to find out what the side effects were. And he just gave me this research paper written in 1962. And it's got a list of all the different side effects by one of America's top clinical analysts. So what's your health authorities here doing, saying it doesn't have any side effects? What are the health authorities in Victoria doing, saying it doesn't have any side effects, when it's there in the medical literature? So now you can sort of see how widespread this problem is. Fluoride has the ability to interfere with the functions of the brain, the effect of the nervous system, and once again the drop in IQ amongst children. Now, is your health department informing you of this as they propose to do about your water supply? Has anybody been notified that this can happen to you? Now, one aspect is asthma. That is a side effect of fluoride in some people. Now, this is in another patient with skin reactions. Now, that's another skin ulcer after visiting Tasmania, because the patient did not realise Tasmania was fluoridated.